How's that? Look at this section on the inside here. Look at it sucking out right there. How's that? That's filthy. Look at the lining across that. We're on that, aren't we?
Yeah, I'm out there. G'day and welcome to the Paddle Out. I'm joined again by my co-host Shane Horan. And our very special guest this episode is Bede Durbidge. We also acknowledge the traditional custodians of this land and pay our respect to elders past, present and emerging. I'm Ray from Surfing Life. Bede, thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me, boys.
Good to see you, mate. You look fresh.
Yeah, Monday morning, getting kids off to school, but yeah, good weekend of waves, so it's fun.
The new life, hey? Kids?
Yeah.
Not on tour?
Definitely a bit different.
How long is it you've been off tour now for?
This is 3 years.
So yeah. It's not that long, is it? Or
No.
does it feel like an eternity?
Feels pretty long to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I don't know. That was such a fun chapter, but really enjoying the new chapter now.
And the new chapter is?
Working down at Surfing Australia and getting the Olympic team ready, and then also just the next generation of surfers. And it's been had its challenges and had its good times, and yeah, but I don't know. It's been very strange, obviously, with COVID the last year, with not many comps and Olympics postponed, but you get you know, as surfers we adapt pretty well. So it's just been a lot of adapting.
Beautiful. Well, we're going to dig deeper into the Olympic side of things, but first we really want to know is when and how did you start surfing?
First started surfing super young, I think maybe on a boogie board between like 3 and 5, just paddling in the shoreys and standing up. I got my very first board when I was 5, a Tony Dempsey single fin. Dad, it was just an old beat up thing, but Dad got it repaired, and then I got it given to me when I was on my 5th birthday. And I remember there's a photo, well, I don't really remember, but there's a photo of me surfing Cylinder Shorey over at North Stratty, and yeah, it's pretty classic.
So you grew up on an island?
Yeah, grew up on an island over at North Stratty, and yeah, it's pretty lucky actually, just with the lifestyle we had and the waves and yeah, whatnot. It was pretty special.
Your dad surfs?
Yeah, Dad surfed, not anymore. He's a bit lazy, I guess, or a bit unmotivated. But no, definitely when we were younger. But I got 3 older sisters as well, and younger brother. So yeah, big surfing family. And growing up at Stratty, you just go to the beach, like yeah, exactly. So you just at the beach, so you may as well go surfing.
We won't name the spots on Stratty, but gee, there's some good spots.
Yeah, definitely some great spots. My favourite's Maine, just because it's, I don't know, just can surf it every day of the year.
Grabs all the swell, doesn't it?
Yeah, grabs all the swell. Just over there the other day and had some fun waves. And yeah, I don't know, it's just a pretty special spot, I feel.
And if you got a full drive, you can go find your own bank pretty easy, can't you?
Yeah, that's the best part, is you can go
wander
exploring.
down the beach, yeah. Find a little peak to yourself. And
Yeah, definitely.
Doesn't matter how big the crowds are on Stratty.
No,
You can
exactly.
certainly go find something.
Yeah, so cool.
So from there you got your first board, but you went into competition pretty early.
Yeah, definitely. Even board riders was my first taste, Point Lookout board riders, and there's such a big surfing community. So yeah, just first time I put the rashie on was in the Point Lookout board riders, and got a taste for it there and against my other mates. And I know it's just a really good group of us that like pushed each other and wanted to compete, and then went down to the Gold Coast titles when I was 11 or 12, and that was my first real taste against people outside of Stratty. So
How'd you go there?
tested. Oh, I ended up winning it, so I was pretty
State title. Well, the state titles is gnarly. Like the Queensland state title is like an Aussie title.
Yeah.
Did you win an Australian title?
Never won an Australian title. That
it's tough, yeah.
Yeah, I got 2nd, 3rd, 4th. Yeah, that
Who was your
eats
nemesis?
me up.
That
There
eats
was
you
all
up.
yeah, that was all different people that beat me, but yeah, just I think I wanted it so much that I just like would go into the final like having won all my heats, and then just failed. I think I just would try too hard in the finals, like reflecting on it, like yeah, it it was a bit of a disappointment.
And I guess this kind of stuff, your ability to reflect on this is what puts you in such a good position at Surfing Australia to help the young kids coming up going, this is what I've learned.
Yeah, you definitely like, Shane, like when there's such a fine line when you want something so bad, but you just get over like that too much trying, and it's just like you're forcing things, and you're almost too tight in your turns, and I don't know. But then when
it's not free and easy.
Yeah, and then
like when you're free and easy and you don't care, and the music's going in your head, and you're ripping, that you're in the pure moment where you're invincible kind of thing when you're on the top of your game.
Yeah, exactly.
And then everything back from that is trying too hard, out of rhythm. I want this. I'm not surfing, but I want that.
Exactly.
And it's so hard to get that. Like I saw a guy, an Olympian ice skater, and I was only a young kid. I was like 15, and the guy asked the guy, "How many times have you had skated and it's just felt like in perfection?" And he goes, and the guy sits there, and you'd think he'd say like thousands, right? Because they skate so many times. The guy goes 3 times.
Wow.
Skating all his life.
Yeah.
So with your surfing, if you were to put it down to a few times where you've actually just everything's just everything you lay out is just perfect, and you're not trying.
Yeah.
You're just totally in the flow with nature.
Yeah, that's it.
When was that one? What session? It doesn't have to be a comp.
Yeah.
Because that's the beauty of being professional surfers. You get free surfing and comp surfing.
Oh, totally. Yeah, totally.
It's not like a rugby league player that only gets the feeling when the game's on.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Probably most recent, I don't know, it was a few years back, but I remember just having this surf at Burleigh, and I was just like, every wave I caught felt like it was a bit bigger than every other wave.
With that big drainer that was caught on the drone?
Yeah, I think it was at the end of that swell maybe.
Right.
But I was quite tired, and I don't know, maybe because I had so many barrels, I was just letting it go, let go of any expectations, and I was just in flow, and I was just every wave I paddled into, I was like, oh, I'm too deep and I'm not going to make this, and I'd just be perfectly on the sweet spot, and just couldn't put a foot wrong. It was just one of those surfs that you dream of, and it was just happening. And then I even remember just I got to go in because this is too good. I can't go on forever. Yeah. So
peaking.
Yeah. So that was probably one of the more recent moments of it. But in competition, for sure, a couple of heats and moments where it just all clicks.
Well, Trestles would have been like that for you. You went through the whole QS thing.
Yeah.
Got through that, and then you've gone on and won CTs. That's the highest accolade you can get in professional surfing history.
Yeah.
But was Trestles like that for you?
Yeah, definitely.
Loose. You looked loose.
Yeah. The first when I won and beat Kelly, that day for me was like that. Especially against Kelly, and in the final, everyone thought Kelly was going to win, but I was just
who's Kelly
I was
anyway?
Sitting in a little bit further, and the waves just would go under him, and I'd get him, and then he couldn't. Then he'd move in, and I'd go out, and I'd get him out there. And it's I don't know, just when you have that flow and rhythm of the ocean, and your surfing's on and your board's on, and and it all clicks. It's a good feeling, and that's what every surfer chases, but you can't get it every time, and that's why you keep going back out there, because it's you got to keep trying and working to get it.
Yeah, it's for those magic sessions.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of magic, you've brought something magic in today, and we're going to bring this in the
magic way.
The paddle out magic version, all right? Are you ready?
Yeah.
Ready?
Oh, my goodness.
That? Why is that so magic?
This board is super special, especially at Trestles. It's like a magic carpet board. And 3 years in a row, I got a third, second, and a third on it. Third at J-Bay, second at Puerto Rico, actually. Most of these results all to Kelly, but he's just a freak. But this board's I guess.
You want it back, don't you?
Yeah, I don't know if I could ride it anymore. They're very
So
different.
skinny.
Yeah, and so much rocker in it, and so fine, and
You got to be right on your game to surf. These,
exactly.
Hey?
Yeah, you're always on that knife edge of catching a rail, but so sensitive, and then when you're on, it's just like slicing through butter. So, but yeah, this board's definitely probably given us the house the
house you
deposit.
live in.
Yeah.
Hey, how do you come up with a board like that? Like, how does that end up there? You're
Getting
shaping.
a lot of boards.
Is it a lot? It takes a lot of boards to find the magic board.
I feel like for sure, and obviously working with Wayne McEwen, who worked at Mount Woodgee forever, and my whole career, he put a lot of time into my boards and refine them, and I even put a lot of time in my boards as well in the bay with Wayne, and on the machine at the end once went from hand shape to machines, but even just the blanks, put a lot of time just into getting the right blanks and the right before it was even shaped. Like,
so
what was
you were
happening
like
with the
hand selecting the blanks.
Yeah.
Oh, I love.
What do you look for in a blank?
The buoyancy or the density. Sorry.
The hardness.
Hardness
or the lightness.
The I would say the density of, like, you can feel it, but it feels light, because some just feel light and they're real airy when you're surfing them. There's no drive, and then some just feel dead and clunky, no flex in them. Yeah. Also, flex is a big thing as well. Like, what stringer? I hate dark stringers because they don't flex as much.
Right.
There's not as much flex in them. So,
you like the board to bend a little bit.
Yeah, I like it to flex out of the turn so you accelerate, and especially like doing finners, like where you can push the tail and you feel it flex a tiny bit. Yeah. Not it's just very subtle, but if it doesn't have
at
any
your
flex,
level though, you're gonna those subtleties are that's the 1% you need to win events, which you've done. So you would know all of those.
Yeah.
The average surfer might not, but it's great to hear your insight on it.
Yeah, so this board's super special. A lot of good memories on this.
So now you've been working a lot on the Olympics.
Yeah.
Let's just pop this down so you're not nursing that.
There you go. Down goes the magic carpet.
The Durbo model too.
Yeah.
Who did the spray?
Willie.
Willie.
Yeah, always. Okay. Willie's done all my sprays. He's
nice.
He's the guru. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Very talented. Yeah.
So the Olympics, like we had a good chat last year together, and it was all on go, and now. What's going on with the Olympics? So is it on?
Yeah, it's on. Pretty much same dates as last year, 1 day's difference, but they just pushed it 12 months back, obviously because of COVID and the whole world unsettled and whatnot. But now there's strict protocol of COVID, just safety and whatnot around things now. And as we see,
what are some of those things?
Like when we go to Olympics, you have to have a negative test 72 hours before. Plus, you have to keep a diary where you've been. Okay. For anyone that's going into Japan, you land, go straight to where you're staying. Like, surfing's not in the village, so we're out in our own sub-site, they're called, in Chiba precinct, and then get tested again. And basically, you're just not really going out in the community. It'll just be surf the event, and then you have to leave straight away.
Are they bringing your food to you?
We're taking a chef, so which will be good. But yeah, there'll be, if we didn't, then there would be options to they'd probably have safe zones or whatever just for hotel. But you've been there; it's a pretty tiny area, and I don't know. There won't be that many people because they want to
in
just
that
keep
area.
it.
That's right.
Yeah, and even the whole of Japan, they haven't made a call on spectators yet or family and friends, but everyone thinks it will probably be pretty limited.
And how is the COVID over there?
Yeah, it's been pretty bad, to be honest. But yeah, they're doing their best to control it and get on top of it.
So what have they got, 6 months to rein it in?
Yeah, 5 now. Yeah, basically 5 now. So I think it's not going to go anywhere. It's just it might get a bit less, hopefully, but I think yeah, it's going to be in society for a while now. So
Are you going to try and keep the whole Australian team all in one sort of house and just keep you guys in a bubble?
Yeah,
and not mix with the American teams.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Not mix with. Is that part of your strategy plan?
For sure. Yeah. We haven't written the whole COVID plan yet, but that will be definitely part of the strategy. Minimal interaction with other people, because obviously if you get COVID, you're kicked out of the event. So
Sure.
That will be like, we've already locked down our accommodation, and it's our compound really. It's houses all of us, and basically it's we'll only limit certain people come in, and then it will be train down the beach surfing and come back. And
Get your security lined up, have you?
Yeah. Well, they give you security, which is good. So, but yeah, talking to all the surfers that went to Hawaii, and they said it was pretty full on, like just compared to what we live in over here. It was a big eye opener.
Really?
And, like a lot of people had COVID in Hawaii at the Pipeline Masters and whatnot. Wow. So yeah, it's definitely a bit different than what we're used to here. So they're pretty used to it, to be honest, luckily, and had experience in wearing the mask and minimal interactions and all that. So just going off their lead a lot. And then obviously we've got the Australian government that's going to make sure that we've got a really good plan when we head over. So, but glad we're going. That's
that's so
really
good.
Cool.
And so the other great debate by the keyboard warriors in surfing is, Chiba could be tiny, could be rubbish, could be, but like, and people are going, and this is surfing to the world. And it's not really. Do you know what I mean? You watch the rugby sevens.
Yeah.
We don't. You enjoy it. But it's the sevens. It's not like the World Cup. Also, because people are like, but what if the conditions are no good? I've sat down and watched the Olympics and the sailing with no wind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They can suffer the exact same
100%.
thing. It doesn't mean the gold medal's not valuable. And it doesn't mean the competition's not great. So, do you know what I mean? What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, it would obviously, crystal ball, and forecasting, you'd love really good waves, and it would make the show better. But at the end of the day, these are like the best competitors in the world, and it's a big mind game and competitive chess match, and the surfing's the icing on top. But I think for people just to see how full on it will be, especially if it's small, like there'll be crazy tactics and whatnot going down, and everyone wants to get those first gold medals, like they could. So, and
the point is, it's not surfing.
Yeah.
It's competitive surfing.
Yeah, exactly.
So we're actually looking at the competition side of surfing.
Yeah.
So we're not talking about 6 foot barreling rights in the men's.
Yeah.
We're actually talking about competitive surfing.
Yeah.
It's a completely different subject.
Yeah, totally.
But I think everyone dumps it in the whole surfing subject barrel, and you shouldn't.
No, exactly.
Competition.
And that's always the debate of surfing, and like we all love free surfing, and that's amazing. Like, but then the people that do love competing, that's a whole separate thing. So I don't know. You can't, like, some people won't watch it, and that's fair enough. And it's not for everyone. But yeah, for the people that love watching surf contests, I think it will be a good show, even if it's 1 foot.
I think with that, like the cream will still rise to the top.
Yeah.
If it was in the wave pool, if it was at Pipeline, like you look at Pipeline and you had Medina and Italo. Yeah. Right. I can still see those guys being the heaviest force over in Japan.
Oh,
like if I was looking at Japan, I'm thinking Italo.
Yeah.
Toledo.
Toledo.
Yeah, he didn't make it.
Julian.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Julian's going to be good in all kinds of sizes. I would have liked to have seen Mick Fanning sort of make the team.
Yeah.
Who is our Australian team?
Mick might be a little bit out of the
but no, if he saw it coming and trained for it, he could have been a wild card that could have put, fighters come back into things, and you watch all these fighters come back, and they're better than when they left.
But he would have had to go on tour
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the top,
to
the
get
top
in,
two
yeah,
Aussies,
yeah. But I
which
would have
he
liked
probably
to
could have
see-
actually done, knowing me.
Yeah.
I know, and they've got to go
He
through
could
that
imagine
because
I got a wild card got
yeah,
on
no,
tour.
yeah, I
makes the top
understand
two.
that. I
Woo!
understand that.
No, I know, but I'm
Yeah.
saying
I'm
he could
saying
do
I
it.
would have liked to have seen
Oh,
Mick Fanning
yeah.
in the team,
Oh.
and given time to get ready for it. And that the rules don't accept that.
No.
You know, and somebody that he's taken his place, fair enough. You gotta make the team.
Totally,
right?
yeah.
I'm just saying that I would have liked to have seen
Oh.
him
Oh, we
because
agree.
Japan
We
would have
agree.
suited his style.
Oh,
of surfing.
yeah.
So who is our team? Is it
Yeah.
is it the same team?
Yep,
as
same team.
Same team as before COVID,
Yep. Same team as before COVID.
and that is
Julian Wilson, Owen Wright, and Steph Gilmore, Sally Fitzgibbons. So
that's a great team.
it's a good team. Yeah.
Amazing team. Steph should absolutely be there.
Yeah.
Because she is the
Yeah.
greatest
Yeah.
of all time.
Oh, yeah. She's.
Okay. But Sally's a perfect.
Yeah.
There's no better Olympian
Yeah.
than Sally, is there?
Oh, no. Just.
She's the Olympian
Yeah, yeah.
of Olympians.
Oh, I know. And she's.
Let her carry the flag. Come
Yeah,
on, let's put a
she
vote
would
for that.
love
Shay.
that.
Are you
yeah.
training them?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
How often do they train?
Well, it's different because everyone's sort of
Over different
around
spots.
around different spots. But we were just up at Sunny Coast 2 weeks ago with Julian, and we actually went to Markula Beach. It was terrible and small, and exactly like Japan.
Perfect.
It was the best training, and had different drills and different been doing a lot of stress testing stuff. So it's sort of like put them in uncomfortable situations, but still have to make smart decisions with a rashi on and whatnot. So yeah, we
So
had
you
a
got him
couple
in
of good
wetsuits
days.
with bags of ice. down the back,
Nah,
have you?
it's just like
Is that
cognitive
something?
stuff.
No, when
with
things
running.
go wrong.
Yeah, and it's like
And how to get out of them,
Yeah,
and you've
exactly.
trained it.
Yeah.
So when it
Make
when it
them surf with their
happens,
leggy on the wrong foot.
Yeah,
well, when it
Yeah.
happens, you don't panic,
exactly.
and
so
you flow
calm.
through it.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
calm.
yeah.
I was talking about this yesterday.
Yeah,
It's because I train kids the same
Yeah,
way.
yeah, yeah.
I train them
Yeah.
like a lot of times you'll train kids with bad things that are going to happen.
yeah. Well, it's better. Yeah,
It's better. And then they get into these, and if everything flows through and
Yeah.
it's all cool, we can all walk through a nice sunny
Oh,
day.
exactly.
But when it's stormy, man, you got to have the raincoat out and the umbrella.
Exactly.
You got to have all your
tools,
ducks
hey?
in a row, you
Yeah.
know. And
Yeah.
that's great training.
yeah.
What sort of stuff, like what's a drill? Well, just to name one drill.
yeah,
It's
so-
not going to give the game away.
No,
but-
yeah. So definitely cognitive tasks with confrontation
Right.
and a high heart rate. So it's so you're dealing with lots of things and trying to solve a memory game. So
Yeah.
so it's like with cards or tiles, you turn them over and you got to remember, but also be in confrontation
Yeah.
and a little bit of running stuff. So it's high heart rate. So
Yeah.
and then your time's going down when you got a heat. So it's multiple things playing out in high stress, but knowing you still have to go out and execute. So it's definitely testing. I did it as well with him, and it's just you gotta come back to what's happening because you just get taken away and caught up in say you turn a wrong tile and you forgot where the other one was and you get frustrated, and then you go down that rabbit hole, and then it's really hard to get out of there, to get back out, get your waves and perform well. So it's it's something simple, but it's when you're in the heat of a battle in a comp, it's so easy to go down rabbit holes.
The funny thing is, though, this is really good information for everyone.
Yeah.
Amount of people in work
Oh,
environments.
yeah.
And because every work environment can be high stress, high pressure, and to be able to focus on the one task and ignore all the stuff that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's good for anyone to learn this sort of stuff. You don't have to be a pro surfer or a pro
No,
athlete.
exactly. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Important skills in life.
Exactly. Whatever, dropping your kids off at school and you've got to thinking about your meeting coming up and your traffic, and it's the same scenario. It's
Work out which bits to drop.
Exactly. And then, just focus on getting through it and, just keep being present. That's the main thing. Otherwise, you just stop being present and you just go down that rabbit hole. It's very hard to get out. But
and the team's looking good.
Yeah, everyone's older in our team, which is good and bad. Good, really good for experience. So drawing on things when things are bad and know how to work through it and still achieve great results. So that's, I would say, like, our biggest edge is experience and yeah, just that a lot of heats and a lot of time surfing against most of the competitors. So, but then, yeah, the downside with that is you're older and you're not as nimble and stuff like that. But
and not as quick.
Yeah, not as
That's
quick.
what I think is the weakness in the Australian team.
Yeah.
With all of them.
Yeah.
Because they've been on this tour that's been
in great waves,
and they're able to open up and lay in turns.
Yeah.
In Japan,
Yeah.
you got to be quick fiber surfing.
Oh,
like
totally.
it's like probably 70% chance it's going to be under that size,
100%.
right? So you got to be fast in that, and like you get guys that are light, like the Japanese kids, you know, and well, but then you are competing against guys that are all on the tour. Who do you see as your main threat? Like the Californians are light.
Yeah.
You know, they're used to those little T Street little waves that
Kaloha,
just like quick.
Well, he's a big lad these days, though.
Yeah, but he still surfs his T Street. He still, I still
Julian
see him.
But
he
also
looks like
grew up on the sunny coast.
Yeah, that's why I say Julian's.
He's a good hit.
Yeah.
Julian's I think our main man in what's going down.
And I love Owen, but Owen was born and bred in
Owen needs
slabby,
the conditions.
reefy, solid.
Yeah.
Julian's from
Yeah.
the Sunshine Hoax, as they call it.
Yeah, Owen will need the good conditions. Like when I think of Owen, I think, well, Japan's going to need to have a little bit of oomph in it.
Yeah, he's been, because he's not obviously tall dude, 6'3", and he definitely works better when the waves are good, but he's worked really hard with Darren on his boards and got a couple in, like down to a 6.0. And
something that's going to get speed
volume,
with nothing.
Exactly.
Speed
instant
with no
speed.
Power waves.
Yeah, instant speed, and been working a lot on his airs again. And,
A lot of epoxies.
Epoxies, and just he doesn't like epoxies that much, but
I don't reckon they're that good for. They're light. You throw a feather, it won't go anywhere. You throw a rock, it's going to go somewhere. So a bit of weight in Japan. I had a couple of light boards in Japan. I always found my heavier board was better because I could throw it across and start to get some speed across it.
Yeah.
And I think that's unreal that he's find the same same solution is to have a little bit of weight. Maybe for a guy like Julian, probably a medium weight is probably good for him because he really likes light. But he probably a medium weight would be good for him. And Steph would probably go good with a little bit heavier board.
Yeah, she likes the heavier board as well.
Well, she'd probably go better with it.
Yeah.
I would be thinking she might think of wanting to ride light because it's small.
Yeah.
But, you know, you got to, you know how it's all in the head game of getting exactly the right board for these guys. And if you can, as the coach, take them into these conditions with these light boards and show them, look, you know, you could have got projection there and got all the way down the line. Whereas the light board just went ding. But then you get a guy like in the Tahitian team,
Michel
Perez, right?
Yeah.
He
only
breaks all the rules for those boards. I've seen him on light boards, and he just gets them going. He does get them going.
I know, it's amazing. Like, how he surfs those things at sunset and stuff like that.
It's flies.
I mean, I do remember when Owen first qualified for the tour. He surfed the breaker at Burleigh in like waist high,
ripping
rubbish, and in the final, remember Taj won that final, and he did like 3 air reverses on his backhand, in a row on one wave. I'm like, what the? How is he even doing that? And that was before the air game was really at its height. So he can surf small waves.
That was part of his strategy that day. Like I saw him in his heats, he was doing like 1 air.
Yeah.
Then in his quarters, he was doing 2 airs. Then he got in the final and he did 3 or 4. I think he did 4. I was there. We were both there.
Yeah.
This is years ago.
Yeah, I know.
You know, like, isn't it amazing we can still remember these moments? You know, I remember moments with you too, like your pipeline stuff. You know that one horrible heat you had at Coolangatta down at Snapper where you just lost the plot. You couldn't restart. Remember?
Oh yeah.
That was a horrible. That's the worst. Is that the worst heat of your life?
Oh, one of. Yeah. I've had some bad ones.
Bring those happy.
Mate, if you've had worse than that, you've had some real bad ones.
I've had some rock bottom ones.
But that is life, though, isn't it? That's not just surfing. That's
Oh,
life.
no,
You've got
exactly.
to have the ups and the downs,
Oh,
valleys
totally.
and the peaks.
Yeah.
And that's what's making
Can't
you
enjoy the peaks.
a great coach. Like you've gone from those horrible things, and you've gone on and won CT events. And now you're the Australian coach, which all that. And you've been coached by great people all the way through.
Yeah, I've been lucky.
So you've had the kids are so lucky to have you as a coach.
Oh, cheers! Yeah,
it's good, fantastic.
I've got another question for you. Bede is an unusual name. Where did Bede? How did your old man think, or your parents think of naming you Bede?
Yeah, it's definitely. Oh, it's even now. Like so many people are like, what? Bed. Like what?
Bede.
And I'm
He
like,
meant to say beer, but they wrote the wrong one.
Yeah. So
you're many or something.
Super unusual, but it's a funny story. Like how it came about. Dad actually, Mum was pregnant at home, and Dad was, I think, coming home from work one night, right before Mum was about to pop, and picked up a hitchhiker at Dunwich. And the guy got in the car and he's like, oh, where are you going? He's like, oh, I'll go to the pub if that's all right. And Dad's like, yeah, I'll come in and have a beer with you. And Dad ended up going in and having more than one beer and had a lot of beers with the guy. And got home to Mum and he's like, oh, I met this guy. I picked up off the side of the road hitchhiking and ended up staying around at the pub and having heaps of beers with him. He's an absolute legend. His name's Bede. And I'm calling it, if you have a boy, I'm calling him Bede. So, I got named after a hitchhiker.
Who was a legend.
Oh, that's
It must have been pretty cool if your old man's hanging out with him all night.
Yeah.
Like, I like this lead singer of that band, or I like,
Yeah. So then anyway, I actually got to meet him. Like he lived in the Redlands, like just off where you get the boat. And he was actually a dentist, and I caught up with him. I went to his 70th birthday in Crumman Park, and he's such a nice guy. And he was actually one of the original surfers at Coolangatta. Like, there's obviously a lot of original surfers, but he had like one of these wooden old boards, and like he didn't surf a lot, but he was surfing way back when he was like a teenager and stuff. So. Yeah, it's crazy.
That is the best naming story. That actually, I think that's the best naming story I've ever heard.
It's a good one.
A drinking buddy that wasn't a buddy.
No, exactly. Just a random off the street.
Random drinking.
Pretty classic.
Oh,
yeah.
So what about like stories? You know, when you're sitting around with your mates, and you just sort of kick back. What's a good story like one of your sort of faves that you?
I always kind of like to talk present, and I'm pretty quiet naturally as a person. So, I don't know. I'm always just talking whatever's recent, I guess. And I don't know, a few good ones on tour. If I'm with tour crew, I love like getting nostalgic and talking about that stuff. But I don't know. It depends like which circle of friends I'm with. But to be honest, like I don't. If someone else isn't talking, I probably don't even talk. I'm just like, I'm happy to sit. Yeah, I'm happy to sit in silence and listen.
Laugh along with all the other stories.
Yeah, love laughing.
Is that growing up on an island?
Yeah, totally.
You get a lot of like solace and.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely a lot of downtime. Sometimes like I remember when I finished school and before I moved down here, and everyone was at work, and like I was just surfing and obviously getting on the QS, but all my friends are at work, everyone else is at school, and you just don't even see anyone or talk to anyone for hours and just go for a surf, come home.
Just you?
Yeah, it's very strange.
Did you have a dog or anything like that?
Yeah, we had a dog, but we've always had dogs, but
you
I don't
take
know.
The dog to the beach with you when you surfed, or you just went alone?
Nah, just
100% alone.
Yeah, so I don't know. Always just daydreaming a lot. But
did you solve the world's problems in your daydreams?
No, I was pretty selfish in my internal world, just thinking about how I'm going to get on tour and beat people, basically.
And what about Bolter?
Yeah, Bolter's been fun.
Yeah, well, you like What's the original story to Bolter? Like who actually came up with the idea to start Bolter? How did that all happen?
The very initial idea came from me actually. I actually wanted to started at Stratty, start a brewery at Stratty.
Yeah.
But then I got talking to Josh Kerr, because he's involved with a brewery in California, and he was just explaining what goes into it and all the logistics and the money and everything. And then, it wasn't probably the best idea to do it there.
Across on the ferry.
Yeah, exactly.
We got a late delivery. Why? The ferry broke down.
Yeah, and then he kind of changed. He changed the idea to we should maybe he'd be keen to do something as well and do it on the Goldie, and he's like, we should ask some of the other boys. And then I ended up asking Mick when we're flying to Hawaii in the Qantas Club back in 2004, I think it was.
Wow.
And
been on the boiler for
that
a while.
was a smart decision for him to come on board.
Yeah,
well, I know, because he could have said, I'm doing other stuff. That was a smart decision by Mick.
Yeah, so that was, and he's got lots of things going now, but that was kind of one of his first kind of things outside of his surfing, I think. It was, he was straight away, he was like, sounds good.
And so he would have brought Parko on.
Yeah, and then, And then
Ginge, who brought Ginge into it?
Another mate, Aaron Waters, actually. So, as a Waters, he is friends with Ginge, and obviously Ginge with his business world. And, we made sure we asked Ginge, and then we got a lot more partners. But Ant McDonald, he's the CEO now, but he's the founder as well, and Sterling Howland,
great marketing guy.
Yeah, exactly. So obviously you need a lot of things to make something happen.
A great company like Bolter Beer.
Sterling's one of the best marketing guys in surf.
Yeah, I know. So
that was a get.
Yeah, exactly. So he was one of that was Mick's idea to bring Sterling up and ask him. So we were super lucky with that, and he's done Life's Better and Board Shorts campaign with Billabong.
I Surf Because.
Great
campaigns.
Yeah. So he's definitely got that eye for knowing what how to pitch something to the market.
Was the can design his?
Can design
his special.
Yeah.
The special thing about it is it's so simplistic.
Yeah, exactly.
It actually feels better too.
Yeah.
There's something with the paint on it.
Yeah. Yeah, so
I don't know if it feels better because I know you guys owned it.
Yeah, but it's
and there's nothing better than a Sunday session down at the brewery.
Yeah, and
I've seen you there a couple of times.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I love to go there as well. It's it's a bit of a clubhouse sometimes for the boys. So, it's good fun. And it's in Currumbin, close to the beach, so it's pretty cool.
And you sold it?
Yeah, we sold it to CUB, Carlton United Breweries. We just got to a stage, and we had a bunch of investors too, and it's pretty scary when people put money in, you don't know if you'll be able to pay them back. So, we had people asking for a long time, but we just felt the timing was right to
asking to sell or asking for their money.
No, ask to buy it. Yeah.
Wow.
So, but we felt with working with CUB, it was a good time to. To work with them, and still there's still all the same staff. Still same feel, and very lucky. We're still involved too, and stuff like that. So,
who made that ultimate decision of who
as a group? Yeah,
as a group.
Yeah.
And was it a group of 5 or 10 or the whole group?
There's 7 of us founders.
Okay.
But then there's a lot of other shareholders. So,
so you made the decision for everybody.
Yeah.
And it was a great decision for everyone. Everyone made money, yeah?
Yeah, everyone's been able to make money.
And everyone got to drink plenty of beer.
Yeah. Yeah, so, it was definitely, as you grow, as you know, there's more risk involved, and And then as COVID hit, like, yeah, very lucky.
Got
like,
out just in time.
Yeah, so...
Well, it's lucky you weren't called
Yeah.
Corona.
Yeah, I know, yeah. Yeah, exactly. So,
Yeah.
like, yeah.
That one, I just got that one.
I saw a
That's it.
photo of in England that all of the beer was gone and there was this massive pallet of Corona.
Oh, yeah, I know.
What
I feel
is the-
sorry for
What
him.
is
Yeah.
the mentality?
I know. It's just,
You're
I
gonna
don't know.
get
You
Corona
just,
through
yeah,
drinking the
exactly.
Corona.
But, yeah, I don't know. Human mind is probably just associates with it and just doesn't want to do that.
yeah,
so,
yeah.
yeah. But, yeah.
Oh, that's amazing, man.
No,
Well,
cheers.
Unfortunately, we have to stop.
Yeah.
But we've got
Some
we've got some stuff
Presents
for you.
for you,
Yeah.
We've
mate.
got some gifts.
Here's
Oh.
some pure Scotch
Ooh.
whiskey tonic.
How
Yeah,
good.
they're like
Wife.
ready
Wow.
to drink. RTDs.
I
And do you ever
a
drink Scotch?
Yes.
How about this one?
Here's pure Scotch.
Oh, wow.
This is a
yeah.
great
Scotch on the rocks.
Scotch on the rocks. What is it? Shaken, not stirred.
Oh, wow. Thanks, guys.
Good on
So they're from
Far
one of our
out.
partners.
Wow.
We've also got a
Cheers,
watch
Scott.
for you.
What?
Look at this.
Wow.
where?
I'm
Yeah.
buffed out here.
Hey, this.
The watches
Far
are
out.
great, mate. You can
Wow.
you can see what the surf's doing by pressing them.
Really?
Where
Yeah.
your local break.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
They're
you
really
press
good.
the button and it goes to tide and wave heights and.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sweet.
You've got to have the app on your phone. It
Yeah,
works
yeah, yeah.
unreal,
Oh,
like.
that's all
Yeah.
these days. Everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can be asleep at
Oh, it's
three.
powered by Magic Seaweed, so it's
That's
Yeah.
where your reports
yeah,
come
yeah,
from.
unreal.
Now, for your magic board, here's some hangers like the ones we've got here from Narwhal.
Sweet. How good are they?
Yeah, they're cool.
For
aren't
your
they?
bowl to beer.
Yeah.
Know
This
that?
is for your bowl to be. You put
Yeah.
that with the Mount Woodgee
Oh, look at
and
that.
surfing
There you
life
go.
stubby cooler.
Yeah, there you go.
Cheers for
And the
that.
most important one is the surfing life,
Oh,
latest issue.
How good.
Okay.
Far out. That looks fun. Just going on a surf adventure, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So
going to be good
good.
when that all comes back.
I know.
Oh, that whole travel issue is surf travel in Oz.
I know.
So
Beautiful country to
yeah,
live in, isn't
we,
it?
We can go well right here.
Yeah.
So,
We don't have
big
to go that far.
thanks
Yeah.
for coming on,
Yeah,
mate. That was
thanks for having us,
fantastic. And
guys.
good luck with the Australian team and,
Yeah.
and your future.
Thank you.
What's the time, Shane?
It's time for us all to paddle in.
It's time to battle. Thanks for
Right.
watching, guys, and tune in again next time.
Thank you.